I'm still in the throes of going through all these things around here. You know, two of the whips that I forgot to tell you about were the Stitch-A-Row cowl that Jenny Rupert is doing, and several of us are tagged and participating. I just finished my video. It'll be going up in a few minutes. I didn't tag anyone because I think I'll do that on the group instead of in the video, because that way people can see that they were tagged a little bit easier. But I'm doing that one, and as well as I was just doing a granny stitch square as a lap robe with scraps. I've been doing that for a while, although I never did a video about the Granny for Gramps, because I do prayer shawl all the time. It's, you know, it's part of Granny for Gramps, or Grannies. So, I guess I never really listed that as the challenge thing, you know, and I probably should have. But I've also doing those as well. And last night I was able to really work on the little square there while we watched the baby brawl of the debates. And I'm voting for Karen Green as president. Either that or I'm going to go live in her country. She's got a good country going on. That's Karen of Fiber Hearts Crush. Karen, I'm loving those in Karen country. Okay, I thought I would do the fall tag questions. And they're real simple, really just quick and fun. This or that, apple cider or hot chocolate. For fall, apple cider with a cinnamon stick. Get a grip, people. It's fall. And I don't mean apple juice. I'm talking about real apple cider. Okay? So, hot chocolate to me is, you know, Christmas. It's a Thanksgiving, after Thanksgiving thing all the way through winter. Thanksgiving or Halloween? I would say Halloween. Thanksgiving to me, I think, is, I don't know. I have always been the type of person, when we did Thanksgiving, you know, it was usually a baked chicken, not turkey. Although we did do turkeys when we, you know, find a good deal. But the thing was, we'd do a baked chicken, mashed potatoes, gravy, green bean casserole with rolls, and pumpkin pie. That's about it. My husband's family, you know, they do like, I don't know, 7 or 8 dishes, and like 2 different pies and cake, because they celebrate my husband's birthday, usually, because that's when we would go back. His birthday is November the 15th. He's born in the middle of a snowstorm in North Carolina. So, you know, I don't enjoy the whole, you know, looking at a pile of food like there's 7 or 8 vegetables and, you know, deviled eggs on top of that, and gherkin pickles, and, you know, it just, to me, it just seems overwhelming. So, but I prefer Halloween because I love seeing all the costumes. I think it's a lot of fun. Of course, that's when we could actually trick or treat. Don't know what this year is going to bring, but I don't trick or treat anymore. But where we're at, there are students, so most of the time the kids don't come down here for treats anyway. A few years, I mean, we buy 6 or 7 bags of candy to give out, have one trick-or-treater. So, we quit buying candy and just keep the light out. We do, however, give candy to the fire departments and those kind of things when they were given out. They have Halloween parade here normally. I don't think they're going to have it this year. But it was like you go from store to store during the afternoon, and then there was a parade in the early afternoon or late afternoon before it got dark, and all the different people that were in the floats and stuff would throw candy out to the kids. So that's what we would do with our candy. We just donate it to the firehouses and stuff to give out. Do you call this season autumn or fall? Fall. Autumn. I don't know, that seems more European. I've always called it fall. Trick or treat. Yeah. Just yeah. Carve a pumpkin or eat a pumpkin pie. Well, I was never good at carving pumpkin pies. But the best part about carving a pumpkin pie was taking the seeds and then roasting them. So that's a toss-up for me. My kids were better at carving the pumpkin than I was. As for pumpkin pie, not really that big a fan of pumpkin pie. Um, but that's because I don't really care for the crust of pie, which is funny because I like it when you do, you know, not chicken and dumplings, chicken pot pie. And folks, chicken pot pie here is like these doughy noodles in chicken soup. I grew up where chicken pot pie was all those vegetables and this creamy sauce between two layers of pie dough. So, but my husband does enjoy, I do a pumpkin pie that is crustless, and it's just the center part of the pumpkin pie, and it is a low calorie, no sugar, thing that we bake. So we do that. Haunted house, haunted hayride, or haunted corn maze. Well, I've done haunted houses, I've done haunted corn mazes, never gone on a haunted hayride, so I'd choose that. Favorite Halloween candy? That's a tough one. I like Bit-O-Honey, but a lot of people don't throw out Bit-O-Honey. And I also like Reese's Cups. So, either one of those. Do you shop on Black Friday? Used to. Don't anymore. We do a lot of our online shopping way before Christmas throughout the year. Black Friday, if there's something we want that's a special deal, we'll purchase it online. One thing you love about the fall and one thing you hate. One thing I love about the fall is the leaves turning all different shades. Absolutely stunning. Thing I hate is the allergies. My allergies are in their worst in the fall and in the spring. Summer, it kind of depends on what I'm around. Winter, they kind of settle back in and behave themselves. But fall is the worst for me by far. Favorite fall accessory? My hoodie. And my crochet hook. Favorite Halloween movie? I would say any of the Halloween Scream movies, because I find them hilarious. Although Medea comes in pretty close. Both of those are funny, Halloween 1 and 2. So it's a toss-up between them. Generally, my husband and I go for Tyler Perry's Medea, the two Halloween movies, because we find them hilarious. What are you dressing up as for Halloween this year? Myself. I don't dress up. Haven't dressed up since I was probably 25, 24. Just don't do it because I've been so busy handling kids, so I just don't dress up. Um, and generally, when I was living in New Mexico with the kids, it would be so cold on Halloween. You couldn't actually go out and just, you know, where anybody could see your suit, your costume. Although they did do a commercial building, which was a lot of fun because the kids could go trick-or-treating from the different buildings in the commercial building at the fairgrounds. And the very first year I took my boys out, they were twins. I didn't have any of the other kids. No, Jessica was born. She was in a stroller. But the boys, I felt so sorry for my boys. They're twins, identical twins. And I dressed them. I made these outfits. And on the outfits, you know, they were, one side was black with white polka dots. The other was an orange with some black and white polka dots in it. And what I did is I switched sides so that one of the boys, the black was on the left, the orange was on the right, and the other one I did the opposite. Well, when they went trick-or-treating, they separated. Now, it was fine because we could see where they were going. But wherever one of them went, when the other one went up to him to get candy, the person would say, "I've already done you." So, once we realized what was going on, I had to take the boys together to each station because they couldn't see that they were identical twins. They just thought they'd already given that kid something. So I learned a lesson then when I took them trick-or-treating. Don't ever give them similar costumes. I thought it was cute. But it didn't work out well for them at first when they were doing that, going from place to place in that commercial building. When they got older, the twins would go off on their own with a pillowcase, made their own costumes, dressed themselves up, and I would take the younger two out, and we would go to a couple of houses, you know, those things, within about a 4-block radius, because since they were smaller, they'd start whining, got tired, so we'd go home. And the boys would come home with these pillowcases full of candy. You know, they'd probably gone a mile and hit everybody twice. So I would make the boys split some of that candy with the younger two. But and then we'd put the candy in the freezer, you know, that was chocolate, so that they could kind of snack on it for quite a while. But yeah, it was a lot of fun with my kids when they were younger. As adults, we don't do a whole lot of stuff like that. That's it for the fall tag questions. And I'm going to tag, as Zoana would say, everybody in the YouTube world. If you want to do the fall tag, go for it. I'll leave the questions down below. I will also leave a link to Jenny's Stitch a Row video where she explains it, so that you can go see what it's all about if you don't know about it. It's Jenny Rupert's Crochet, and I'm loving doing the different stitches. I just wish it would go a little faster. So, all right, everybody have a great day, and remember to choose kindness.